Hey guys, Risque here, and welcome back to Tell Me Why. So last we left off, we were in the barn solving some riddles.
So I think we're supposed to try this one next.
Okay.
What's this?
Some sort of map?
One day she took her tiara and ran away to the forest. Okay.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are definitely salmonberry flowers.
Hey, that degree in outdoor studies is paying off.
Okay.
This is the princess's house.
Gotcha.
This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver.
Okay.
Some sort of clock. That's the Gold Lady's castle.
Okay. That's all we can interact with? Huh. I don't think there's any story that's gonna help with this. Okay, well, salmon...
What's that plant thing on top?
Salmon something had something to do
those
with
are
it.
definitely salmonberry flowers.
Hey, that degree in outdoor studies is paying off.
This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver. This is the princess's house.
Okay.
That's the Gold Lady's castle. Some sort of clock? It seems like it's not doing anything. Maybe it's broken?
Or do I have to do it in, like, a particular order? Oh.
This is the princess's house.
It's okay. Maybe I need to do that.
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
And then that.
Some sort of clock?
And then maybe this one?
This looks like a dinner pivot. Why is nothing happening?
I don't know. Hold on. Should I start here?
This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver.
And then go here.
This is the princess's house.
And then here.
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
And then here.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, those are definitely salmonberry flowers.
Hey, that degree in outdoor studies is paying off.
And then here.
Some sort of clock? Come on.
Hold on. Does backing... Okay, backing out does not reset it. That's good to know. God damn. Okay, let's... Maybe it's in order of how things went down. So, she would have...
the Gold Lady's castle.
Most likely started at the castle. And then... Because, hold on. The salmon whatever, that was in here, right?
So I guess she tried
No.
to change majors, but couldn't.
Her parents probably wanted her to study something more practical.
Marianne Ronan, the very definition of the word practical.
Here we go. Yeah, Salmonberry Park. Right, that was the
Salmonberry
commune.
Park. Huh. Is that some kind of commune?
Okay.
Looks like it. So weird to imagine her living in a community like that. With, you know, other people.
What's the clock
The
all
weirdest
about?
part is how they all seem to love her. Where was prom queen Marianne when the whole town was turning on us?
Okay.
What's that plant thing on top?
Oh, this looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver.
And then
Some sort of clock.
clock, and then the house?
This is the princess's. Come on.
No. What the fucking hell?
What's that plant
Oh,
thing
it's
on
not even
top?
you. Damn it.
Oh, those are definitely salmon.
I still
flowers.
think-
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
I just don't know what the clock is all about. Hold on. Maybe the clock represents time
sort of
passing.
clock.
And then
What's that plant
she went to
thing on
Salmon.
Oh, those
Berry.
are definitely salmon berry. This looks like
And
a
then
dinner
she
party
met
with the old
Sam
bear and the very old
And
beaver.
whoever the very old beaver is. And then she got her
This
house.
is the princess's. Come on.
Okay. I think I'm gonna have to look this one up because I don't fucking know. I just don't understand what the clock is supposed to represent.
This looks like
Oh,
a
that's
dinner
not what I meant to
party
do.
with the old bear and the very old beaver.
But I was close. Okay, so it's castle,
That's the Gold Lady's castle.
flowers,
What's that plant thing on top?
clock,
Oh, some sort of clock.
house,
This is the princess's
party.
house. This looks like a dinner party with the old bear and the very old beaver. Yes,
What's in there? Another letter?
the princess's loss. Is this from the Book of Goblins?
Not that I know of.
Well, sure looks like it could be.
The Princess's Loss. Once upon a time in an ancient and deep forest there lived a wise princess in a big wooden house. She had made it through the woods and to that house with nothing left but the clothes on her back and a single item from her old life, a splendid tiara. She lost almost everything in her desperate flight from the mad hunter. The trees tore the rucksack from her back and shredded her dress and left a pattern of red welts on her skin. But through it all she clutched the tiara close to her heart, to her chest, I can read, fearing any misstep could cause it to fall from her arms and break. The tiara had its own spot in the big wooden house, a pillow near the window, where sun would catch on its surface to shine and wink. The princess could stare for hours at the tiara, marveling in its beauty and running her thumb down its curves. Every morning she would wake and she would tend to it, polishing its every surface to be sure it shone as brightly as it possibly could. Then she would pluck it up, place it upon her head, and walk the woods feeling somehow more complete. Because what, after all, was a princess without a crown? Every night she would place it upon its pillow, give it a quick kiss, and go to bed. On her way she would pause and glance back to be sure it was still there. She hated to be separated from it, but she knew it was safest on the pillow while she slept. One night, the princess woke to a raging storm. The wind howled against the walls, rattling the windows in their panes. Fearing a gust might burst open a window and blow the tiara to the ground, she plucked it from its pillow and brought it to bed with her. All through the night, she held the tiara close, and in the morning she woke to find herself still cradling it. The storm had passed, and the princess relaxed. The day was the same as any other, though she perhaps gave the tiara an even more thorough cleaning, grateful as she was that nothing had gone wrong. That night she placed the tiara upon its pillow, gave it a quick kiss, and went to bed, pausing on her way to be sure it was still there. In the morning she woke and sensed immediately that something was wrong. In the living room, the tiara lay upon the ground, broken, dull, and faded. Nothing else in the room had changed. The pillow was exactly where she had left it. The window was closed. There had been no storm, no wind, no sign that anything at all could have gone amiss. Only the broken tiara, mute upon the ground. She picked it up and held it in her arms with a guttural cry. But though she tried to fix it and polish it, it was gone, beyond repair and with no shine left. The princess held the tiara through the day and through the next night, sitting in the same spot at the window where she used to polish it. When the sun rose, she looked outside and her gaze fixed on a sapling. She remembered how a sapling had survived the winter, clinging to life despite the frozen, unforgiving earth. Without a word, she went out and buried the tiara in the ground beneath the sapling, and as the final scoop of dirt fell, the tiara felt truly gone, and with it, the final link to her old self. She could only go forward and find a new place for herself in this world, where she was no longer truly a princess in a tiara and a beautiful gown, but a, wan woman? Okay. Alone in a deep and ancient wood. And that was how the princess lost her most precious treasure, and her title. Damn.
And that was how the princess lost her most precious treasure and her title. That was the story she read us that night.
God. It makes sense now.
Yeah. She got pregnant She ran away to start a new life. And then she made her way to Delos Crossing, where she was finally happy. But then the baby died.
I can't even imagine how she must have felt. She left everything behind, built a whole new life for him. And then he was just gone.
I guess having us helps her move on. But when it looked like we were going to be taken away, she snapped. She just couldn't lose any more children. It really wasn't anything we did.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this.
I don't either, but all I wanted was to understand what happened to her. And now I do.
Yeah. We still haven't seen what's in that chest. Okay, so how do we open it?
Excuse me, Jesus Christ. But I can still...
Why are these pictures from the Book of Goblins here?
I don't know.
Well,
Why don't we solve this one first?
but I won't...
Tyler, we're not done with this one.
But, well, what if I solve it and then you try to rush me out of here? What the fucking hell?
The moon hag's gotta be imprisoned in her lake.
Oh.
The Mad Hunter, always on the princess's trail. The wise princess goes in the big wooden house, of course. Crafty goblins go here. That's the pious pelican spot.
For all the collectibles. I'm really hoping this isn't our last episode. I haven't bought and installed the game we're playing to replace this yet, so...
There you go, stalwart moose. The Ice King goes in the forest, obviously. We'll let the mangy muskrat have his rock back. Gold Lady stays locked up in her castle. The old bear's gotta be in his ice cave. Back in your pond, Big Frog.
I'm so mad I missed two. Okay.
Alright, should be easy enough.
Should it? I don't know what these symbols mean. Or are they just letters? I guess they're just letters. So wait, what are the letters? Okay, so R, L, O, S, E, A. Oh, duh. Okay, so L is red.
The princess lost her most precious... Why don't we just break this open?
We're not
There's a
breaking it
crowbar
open.
right downstairs.
What? No. You don't want to try and figure out what all this means?
I'm so done with her riddles.
Orange is, what is that, E? Yeah.
That crowbar is sounding pretty nice right now.
And then yellow was O, I believe.
Yes.
it just get darker in here?
Creepy, but okay.
Ollie, she noticed.
Dear Alyson, and we'll just say Tyler.
I was her son.
We write stories to understand and be understood, but what good is a story without a first act? I'm sorry I kept mine from you for so long. All my love, goblins. Oh, so was Ollie Tyler's chosen name at the time? Because that's pretty dope, if that's the case.
Why does she have a photo of that tree locked in here?
Excuse me. Jesus.
Is that...
Leo Ronan.
Why didn't she tell us about him? Why didn't she tell us any of this?
I mean, it's fucking terrible. That's why. Allie, did we do the right thing opening this?
We did. It's better we know what happened, even if it's hard. And there's one more thing we need to see.
Are you sure?
Yes. Come on, let's go to the dock. It's time to finish this.
You told me I could solve the other puzzles. And I haven't even looked at everything in here yet.
Hey, now that
baby
we're done with the
blanket.
important stuff, maybe we can take a crack at these?
Okay. Sure. Which one do you want to start with? Want to start with this one?
The crafty goblin's good deeds.
Of course. The goblins had to help out the creatures of the forest to pay off their debt to the pelican.
Well, what did they do?
You know, I don't really remember.
Well, let's read. Which one did they say it was? Shit. Crafty Goblin's Good Deeds. I thought there was going to be like a specific story. Whoever earns the right to speak, Baron and Princess, perfect fixed house. Goblins in the ice cave, bears big paws, goblins trick the mad hunter, goblins learn their voice, goblins save the old beaver. I mean, that seems like a good thing. Let's go with the goblins save the old beaver. Or maybe I'll just wait until one of them comments. Okay, they didn't comment. Okay, I mean, this has more than just a beaver, though. Oh well, let's read it anyway. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, winter gave way to spring in a sudden burst of warm air that melted all the snow and all the ice all at once. The river swelled until it could no longer hold all the water in, and then it spilled out to create new rivers in places where no one was expecting them. The whole of the forest went into a panic, looking for shelter from the rising waters. The very old beaver had been working on her dam when one of those new rivers came rushing right at her. She screeched and squealed, but whatever direction she ran, more water appeared. She was caught in the flooding, and though she had once been an excellent swimmer, age had taken its toll, and so the raging water carried her off at a speed she couldn't control. "Help!" she called. The crafty goblins had been running back to their cave under the big wooden house when they heard the beaver's cave. "We have to help the beaver," one goblin said. "You go one way and I'll go the other." They ran, keeping in touch with the gift of voice. Finally, one of them spotted her, twisting and tumbling in the river, but she was on the opposite side of the water and the goblin could not reach her. "Brother," the sister goblin called out through the gift of voice. "I see her, but I can't get her." "Maybe you can?" "I'll try." The goblin guided her brother so that he would hit the river in just the right spot to reach the beaver. The plan worked, and soon the second goblin appeared in just the right spot. "Beaver," he shouted, holding out a branch. "Grab a hold of this." The beaver grabbed it, but in her panic she pulled the goblin in two. "No!" cried his sister. She ran as hard as her legs could go, managing to outpace the river and get ahead of the beaver and her brother. Searching for some means of getting them out, she spied a low-hanging branch. They'd zip by it quickly, but if they were fast enough... Brother, she cried out through the gift, you're coming up on a low-hanging branch. You'll zip by it quickly, but if you're fast enough... Got it, said her brother. And then he said to the beaver, get ready to grab hold of a low-hanging branch. We're going to zip by it quickly, but if we're fast enough... Suddenly they were right in front of it and reached out, snagging hold. Though the water beat against them, trying to shake them loose, they pulled themselves along the branch back to dry land. When they were all safe, the very old beaver thanked the goblins. But how, she asked, did you know just where to find me? And how did you know that branch was coming? The goblins shared a secret smile. Just lucky, I guess, they said. And that is how the goblins saved the very old beaver from the flooding river and how she never knew how they did it.
They helped fix the beaver dam.
This is true. Let's see. So... the goblins in the ice cave? Maybe? I mean, okay, they saved the princess. Hug. Sure.
They hugged the princess when she was crying.
Remove the thorn. Let's see, who all... is it the goblins in the ice cave? Who's involved with that one? The bear. Did he drop a beehive? Because I ain't reading all this right now. I don't see anything about a beehive. I'm sorry, old bear. Tried to steal the cave of the old bear and how they got their own instead. Okay, so that wasn't a good deed. That does not count as a good deed. Goblins earn their voice. Right, what was that one about? The secret keeper. Right. Did they help the moose in that one? I'll say they did.
They gave the stalwart moose a good scratch on the back.
Right? Okay. I don't know. We'll pick this up in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share this with your friends, hit the bell so you don't miss an upload, and I'll see you guys next time.